How badly do you want to become the #1 company in North America?
I tell you, I'm competitive, so I mean, I definitely want to become the #1 company in North America. But at the same time, I'm also smart enough to know that I have one competitor that has a 20-year head start on me plus, and is highly ingrained into each market around the world, and I respect that tremendously. And you know, so what my goal is you know, we've gone to other parts of the world and have become competitive, and on television ratings, you know, are actually winning. And so that's a really big deal for us. I think people look at, you know, some of our recent ratings or what happened on Monday night and think, oh, you know, the company is failing, when in actuality those same shows were getting us record ratings in other parts of the world. So, you know, we are having success, and but we're not ever going to be satisfied till we really grow significantly.
So it's a global model that you're enforcing
Absolutely
here.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Another video, Bulldozer.
Dixie Carter, the Bulldozer here, representing OffTheMarkShow.com. I cannot deny you the fact that you are a very fan-friendly owner. I saw you at the Lockdown pay-per-view a few years ago in Massachusetts, going around asking the fans what they thought about TNA. Now, Dixie, what's the nicest thing a fan ever told you about TNA? And how does it feel getting lied to?
Oh.
How does it feel to get lied to?
Lied to. What's the nicest thing, and how does it feel to get lied to?
Well, you know,
what's the nicest
I don't think it's one thing. What's that?
Right here.
There you go. No, I don't think it's like one thing. You hear a lot of nice things, and then you hear a lot of, you know, no one really tells you nice things when they're together with you because they don't have the guts. You know, quite honestly, it's really easy to sit behind a computer and criticize when you're looking at a small position of the information, you know, a small percentage of the facts. And I'm looking at some of the guys who probably do that, who are waving to me. Oh, that was you? And that question?
Yes.
Okay. So, but I think that the biggest compliment fans give me is the fact that when we do something right and they all chant TNA versus angle, or something like that, I take that as a huge compliment, because I think that's really when they're caught up in the moment and passionate about something and they're telling you they really like it.
Are fans compelled to come up and talk to you and even make suggestions?
Oh gosh, I mean, I ask, so we met at Lockdown, I guess he's saying. We met at Lockdown, and on a given weekend like that where we have fan interaction, I'll probably meet 3,000 or 4,000 people. And I try to ask every single person, you know, what's your favorite thing? What do you like? What do you not like? And I mean, what better way to try to get information than that? Because they care enough about your product to spend money and come. So they're obviously passionate.
Moondog from the Legends of the Ring forum. Why should fans watch TNA over WWE?
Well, I think our in-ring product is superior. I would put our talent roster up against anybody. I think it's second to none. I think the passion of our staff and how hard we work is second to none, and I think that shows in the product. You know, we've made a lot of mistakes through the years. There's no question. I mean, we're a growing company, and I personally have no problem in saying that. I think, you know, to say, oh, it looks weak to say you've made mistakes, I think that's a position of strength. I wish our presidents did it more, and, you know, things such as that. But you know, we're in a really good place, and we're growing, and I think that we're hitting something consistent. We're trying some new things that I think I hope are going to transition the product to even a higher level.
Okay. Aaron H., do you watch WWE programming weekly? If so, how do you believe it compares to the TNA product? If not, how can you justify ignoring your biggest competition? Do you keep an eye on it?
I would be ignoring it if I didn't watch, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely watch, sure. I absolutely watch. And, you know, the production is just, it's a spectacle. It's wonderful. I have production envy, you know, when I look at that. But I also know that I can't do those things right now, and that's not where we're at, and, you know, hope to be one day. But there are other things that we can be competitive in.
We have questions in the house, I know. Who can we do? John. John.
Hi, John.
John wearing some product, I see.
Okay.
Right.
Question.
Yes,
From
sir.
the current WWE roster, like who, talent-wise, who would you like to see come work for you? Like, who would you want, like, say, I gotta have him now. When is his contract up?
Wow.
Your phone's going to ring tomorrow, so answer carefully. And it's going to be Vince and Jerry McDevitt.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I feel like right now, I mean, I would have said Jeff Hardy, you know, or you know, I feel like we have so many great people right now. I mean, it's not that they don't have great wrestlers, but you know, to single one out, it's not that I'm not trying to come up with an answer for you, but I really feel like, you know, we have the ones that I would want from there, and they're not necessarily. You know, RVD, I don't think was ever their biggest star there, but I think he's going to be a huge star for us. And I think that, you know, he's going to have opportunity because I think we'll let the fans dictate, you know, just how big he's going to be, not our perception of him or others.
Thank you.
Is that all?
All right, very good. Very good. Jim Sirigos, as a professional wrestling, not sports entertainment, as a fan of professional wrestling, excuse me, not sports entertainment, how can TNA give me the most bang for my buck?
Well, I think the one thing I can say about TNA, and those of you who have been to shows, and I see a lot of familiar faces out there, is that our wrestlers always give it 100%. I don't care if you're at a house show or a pay-per-view. I remember a time when we could not be on television because we had to wait for Spike until we started in October, and we were off Fox Sports. We were just on the internet. Mm-hmm. And if you go back and watch those little internet shows we just continued to tape, they're as good as any of those weekly pay-per-views that we were doing. And the guys just don't know how to go halfway. You tell a Kurt Angle, oh, just go out there and kind of walk through the motions. There's just no way. They're all like that. He sets the example for everybody. And I think the fan experience, I mean, it's one thing just to give them a great show. It's another thing to let them know how much we appreciate them spending their hard-earned money on us. And we do.
Very good.
My question is, whose idea was it to get rid of the six-sided ring?
Well, you know, the six-sided ring honestly started off as a gimmick. It was, you know, when we were struggling so hard for some kind of an identity, we thought, well, what could get them to change the stop on the channel just long enough to question what it is? But the thought has been with us of late to try to get back into more traditional wrestling. We were trying to embrace the fact that we're proud to be a wrestling company and proud to be associated with wrestling, and quite honestly, all of our talent, all of them, I know people kind of bought into the whole marketing of the six-sided ring gives you more kind of moves, especially if you're an X Division wrestler. It's not true. But you know, they you know, you guys in the back, I mean, they all learned how to wrestle in a four-sided ring. That's what they love. Our guys are more traditionalists. And we just felt like, hey, listen, if we're going to get back, if we're going to be the ones to step up and say, look, we're proud to be called a wrestling company. We're proud to be associated with wrestling. You know what? Let's be proud of the ring and just go back to it.
Wellness.
There's our friend Jason again.
Jason, so verbose this evening.